Change your name and change your life. That's, in other words, that's what we're being told in the Bible. And God said unto Abraham, As for Sarai, thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall be her name. And I will bless her and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her. And here, Abraham didn't have any kids. He couldn't have any kids. His wife also, they couldn't have any kids. They were already old of age. And here's the first time that we're being told to your wife, don't call her Sarai, but Sarah shall be her name. In other words, don't look at her as the same person, as the old person that she used to be, the person that can't have any kids. Look at her as somebody new now, somebody that she could have kids, identify as a new person, in other words. And he went on to bless them. He went on to have kids, and then also some with Sarah. And that's one of the first examples. Also, later on, we have another similar analogy around in chapter 32, Genesis, when Jacob, it says, Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. So he was alone, but he wrestled with a man until the breaking of the day. And the person he was wrestling with is himself and his old self. He was in distress. And then later on it says, and he said unto him, What is thy name? When he was having a conversation with God. And he said, What is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. So again, he's telling them, don't identify as Jacob, your new name is Israel. And later on, we go into more detail of this story. In chapter 35, Genesis, verse 2 says, Then Jacob said unto his household and to all that were with him, Put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean and change your garments. In other words, the strange gods might be referring to all the distractions that we're currently giving all of our power away, that might be taking out most of our energy, the distractions, maybe the drama, most of the stuff that we can't control, maybe some stuff that we're currently putting on a pedestal. And it says, And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all their earrings which were in their ears, all that commotion, all that distraction. And Jacob hid them under the oak. So in other words, put them away. If you have a goal in mind and you're trying to reach a goal, you got to take all those distractions and put them away. And they journeyed, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were around about them. So yes, if you're going towards a goal, God will create chaos around you for certain reasons. One of those reasons is to make sure that you don't fall back to the old ways, to being the old person that you were, to make sure that you really mean what you're trying to achieve, the new person that you want to be. Pretty much that's what it is. So this is when you have to ignore the old self, you don't have to react. When those circumstances come up, don't react to them. Don't give them any of your attention. And then once they finally reached there, it says, And God appeared unto Jacob again when he came out out of Pandoram and blessed him. So you're going to get blessed. Once you get blessed, then it says, and God said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. So once you make that change, that transition, don't identify as the old person anymore. You have to now identify as a new person. And don't carry none of those old stories with you. Don't identify as that, because you're now, like, for example, say you used to always say the same story that nothing works out for you. You can't identify as that anymore. Now your story is everything works out for me now. That's the new you. So that's how you gotta identify from now on. Yes, guys. I hope this helps, and hope you guys are having a good day. And I will see you guys soon. Oh, and by the way, this doesn't mean that you have to literally go and change your name legally. It just means that you have to identify as a new person. I'm pretty sure all you guys understand that. So that being said, hope take care. Hope you guys doing good, and remember to always stay positive and don't give your awareness to nothing negative. Okay, take care. Peace out.